Thanks, Karine. Beyond placing the blame on Congress, what's your message to federal employees at risk of going unpaid?
Look, our message is this doesn't have to happen. The shutdown does not have to happen. The Republican shutdown does not have to happen. They can do their job and keep these vital programs continuing, keeping the government open, and that's our message. Our message is this should not be happening. We should not be putting American families' lives in turmoil. We should not be putting even their lives at risk, potentially, because of what this could mean for the different programs that these families and Americans need. And so all they have to do is do their job. And what they're doing is putting forth incredibly extreme partisan policies forward, and and saying, hey, we have to get this done in order to keep a deal that they made back in May. And so this should not be happening. It should not be happening. And so, look, we're going to continue to be very clear. What we're saying to them privately is what we're saying to all of you publicly, is that they need to do their job.
Do you know when federal workers would miss their first paycheck?
So I don't have the specifics on any of that. The OMB director and OMB more broadly certainly is working on plans of what this could potentially look like if there is a shutdown, talking to the different agencies. So that is certainly in progress right now. Just don't have any specifics on payments or what that would look like.
And then your announcement today on the gun violence Office of Prevention of Gun Violence. That has been something advocates have been pushing for years. Why do you think it took so long?
Look, here's the thing. As you know, there was the bipartisan piece of legislation that the president was signed, and it was the first major piece of legislation on gun violence that was able to move forward in 30 years. The president did 24 executive actions because he took this seriously. He called the gun violence in this country an epidemic. And so I said this yesterday, and I've said this many times. You've heard this from the president. There are people who are sitting at their kitchen table every night who is missing a loved one because of this violence. Because you can't go to your congregation, you can't go to your grocery store and not worry about potentially getting shut down. You have kids who are going to school, who are, you heard directly from the congresswoman, what they have to go through now because of this gun violence epidemic. So right now is the right moment to establish this office. We want to accelerate what the president is put forward in his 24 executive action. We want to accelerate the law that he was able to sign into law. The legislation was able to sign into law to continue to get the work done. And so this was the right time to do that. But let's not forget the work that the president has done the last 2 years to get us to where we are. But more work needs to be done. He's not going to stop calling on Congress to continue to do the work that they need to do to protect our families from gun violence. But this is an opportunity to accelerate what the president has been able to do to protect communities, to really deal with gun violence, and that's what the importance of this office is.